They were turned up today, I thought, pretty good.
Losing is not fun, all right, anytime you lose.
I'd love to, figure out how to embarrass somebody running a route.
And you have to have a program where the kids are mature enough to each know their role and how they're going to help us win championships.
This is our movie, right? We can choose to be victims or we can choose to be stars. We're going to choose to be stars in this movie.
We know it's not permissible to park illegally. There's a chance you could get busted. That's just, me, business major, but not journalism. All right.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, we are digging into the world of recruiting and NIL. Ryan Wallace from 24/7 Sports tells us how K-State staff is navigating both of those.
Plus, the three big KU wide receivers, and they did big things last year, ready for more in 2024. I sat down with the Jayhawks receiving trio to talk about their unwavering commitment to Jayhawk football.
We're also looking forward to baseball season, so is K-State. See how this year's team is shaping up with some big returners. Welcome to K-Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber. You know Glenn Kinley. And if KU men's basketball can keep playing like it did this past week, we're going to be booking hotels in April.
Yeah, we might be. The Jayhawks looked really good. Coming off a loss to Iowa State, they smacked Oklahoma State in a midweek game. That was in Allen Fieldhouse. They tend to like playing in that building.
Yeah, I
even
would too.
Against the fourth-ranked Houston Cougars. Bill Self and the Jayhawks were underdogs at home yesterday. Make it make sense. They don't lose in this place. Number 4, Houston at number 8, Kansas. Coach Self said afterwards, it's the best crowd and best atmosphere Fog Allen has seen all season long. The fans knew what was at stake for this game. Johnny Furphy helped KU start fast yet again, and the Jayhawks led us by as many as 20 against the nation's top-rated defense. Here's the crazy part. The NCAA shooting average this season, 44%. The Jayhawks shot 68.9% last night. And Kansas is now 4-1 against top 10 teams this year.
Maybe those 5 guys can, primarily those 5, they can get up for something, sporadically that it's hard for them to do consistently. We've shown that when we play well, we can play with anybody. There's way too much inconsistency with that margin. It gives guys confidence to know that at our peak, we're pretty hard to deal with.
KU now 18-4 on the season, tied at the top of the Big 12 standings. And maybe this guy was good luck yesterday. Topeka native Gary Woodland, and of course KU alum Gary Woodland, was in the house for the win. Other news for you, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame announced DeJuan Harris, Kevin McCullough Jr., and Hunter Dickinson are all top 10 candidates for the Player of the Year awards at their respective positions. 3 really good players. They got a bunch of those in Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. Well, K-State men may have had a week that they kind of want to forget. It starts with the home loss to ranked OU that the team just couldn't really get into. Then the Cats lose at last place Oklahoma State yesterday. They've now lost 4 in a row, and K-State is averaging the 15th most turnovers per game in the country. Some hard truth from Coach Chang after that loss in Stillwater.
If you say this is what you want to do, right? This is your craft. This is what you love. There should never be a time where you're not competing out there, and that's what we have to figure out. We got to figure out how we're going to compete for 40 minutes. We have enough talent. We're not good enough to pick and choose when we're going to compete and win games in this league. It's got to hurt you, and it's okay that it hurts us. It means we care. If it doesn't hurt you, I don't want you in the locker room.
K-State is now 14-8, 4-5 in the Big 12, and the schedule does not get any easier.
No, it does not.
Guess what? Tomorrow night is the Sunflower Showdown in Manhattan. It's the 300th Sunflower Showdown to be exact. KU leads the series 204-95, but Coach Chang has never lost at home to KU.
He's 1-0 against KU in Bramlage Coliseum.
Yeah.
Women's hoops, really, really tough 2-game stretch for K-State. Of course, it happened without Ayoka Lee. Number 2 drops to at Oklahoma and at Texas. The good news is the Cats get the weekend off to rest and prep for what could be a real tight Big 12 race.
On the other end, KU women are starting to find their groove this week. Tiana Jackson puts up 21 points and 20 rebounds against BYU, and the Jayhawks Sweep the week.
That'll
That's
work.
a big double-double.
Definitely.
Well, it's always football season on K-Nation. The Big 12 and its teams released their football schedules. KU's is kind of unique this year because the Jayhawks are not playing games in Lawrence this fall.
Yeah, that's because their stadium, well, you're looking at it right now, doesn't look quite ready for football. That's video that I shot just a few days ago of David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium, which is in the midst, of course, of that $300 million or more renovation. So instead, Kansas will play its 2 non-con home games at Children's Mercy Park, of course, the home of Sporting Kansas City, and its 4 Big 12 home games at Arrowhead Stadium. You can see what Lance Leipold and AD Travis Goff had to say about that move at KSNT.com.
K-State's schedule isn't quite as groundbreaking.
I get it.
Thank you. But still some interesting notes there. The Wildcats have a road non-con game again. That's at Tulane on week 2. Plus, K-State returns to Boulder, Colorado for the first time since 2010. But here's a weird one. Arizona is going to be a member of the Big 12, but the meeting of Wildcats versus Wildcats was scheduled before Arizona joined the conference, so that's going to stay a non-conference game. And of course, the Sunflower Showdown is in Manhattan on October 26th.
Another Jayhawk football headline for you. DK McDonald will be KU's new defensive backs coach. That's according to The Athletic and other reports. McDonald was most recently the DB's coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he did that after spending 4 years at Iowa State. So he'll return to the Big 12 and replace Jordan Peterson at KU, who took the same job at Texas A&M in January.
Big-time acquisitions, more than on just the roster.
Absolutely. Plenty more to come on K-Nation. The only thing better than one guest, 3 guests. I talked to KU's top wideouts. You'll hear from them in just about 10 minutes.
But first, baseball season is around the corner, and K-State is more than fired up. How the committee's criticism last year is changing how and who they're playing this year.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Hi, this is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Talk to people about siding, and talk to people about windows, and talk to people about decking, and it was just beyond me, and I couldn't get it to fit together. Window Design came in and they basically put it all together. I would recommend this company to anybody, my neighbors especially, because they've all come over and wanted to see my house. It was a great experience, and the product obviously speaks for itself.
Let us make your dream project become a reality. Call the experts at Window Design and Remodeling. We are your home remodeling specialists.
Watch Fox 43 KTMJ before the big game and catch all the action. Starting off with Legends of the Big Game at 6. Then the Big Game Tailgate at 6:30. Finally, the Big Game Kickoff at 10:30. Sponsored by these fine sponsors.
It's Super Bowl week on Today. Live from Vegas as the teams get set for kickoff and getting fired up with the fans at home. Plus, Martha's Game Day treats. And Monday, we'll reveal the ads everyone will be talking about. Only on Today.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Wildcat baseball ready to prove its doubters wrong. K-State, of course, has not forgotten about just barely being left out of the NCAA tournament last spring.
Yeah, here's how the team is making sure it cannot be denied this season.
Last year, we left it into the hands of other people, and this year our goal is to close that gap.
Let's be undeniable, go out there and win 45 games.
K-State baseball heard the committee's message loud and clear. It argued K-State didn't have a strong enough non-conference schedule to get a playoff bid.
We've decided to, get on a plane midweek and play the best in the country. And I know that's going to put a lot of pressure on us academically and financially, but we have students that are tough enough and mature enough.
The schedule isn't the only thing that's revamped. Kalen Culpepper spent the summer playing for Team USA. He enters the season as a top 30 draft prospect.
I learned a lot, playing with some of the best guys in the country and things like that. I played against a lot of different playing styles.
He's also moving from third to short to fill that hole Nick Goodwin left when he got drafted.
And I don't think it's a big transition for me, so I'm just happy to be there.
The Cats also bring back their Friday starter and their All-American closer to bookend a solid roster.
Owen deciding to come back and turn down professional baseball was our best off-season acquisition.
Just becoming a more mature pitcher. I've worked really hard with our strength staff and our training staff, as well as my pitching coach.
Trying to refine what I've already kind of worked on last year, just a little bit sharper breaking stuff, a little more ride and command with the fastballs.
It's not just these three leading the team.
You have to have serious depth in your program, and you have to have a program where the kids are mature enough to each know their role and how they're going to help us win championships. And I think we have that in our roster.
Also on the diamond, Jayhawk softball starts its season in just 5 days. Of course, plenty of excitement around this program after a major step in the right direction last spring. And earlier this week, I talked one-on-one with head coach Jennifer McFalls and a couple Topeka natives on the roster. So we've got the KU softball feature coming your way 1 week from today on K-Nation. Be patient.
Ooh, looking forward to it. And here is K-State's brand new indoor track. It's open for business, located in the former football indoor complex that is just south of Bramlage Coliseum. The Wildcats hosted a pentathlon, heptathlon, and the DeLoss Dodds Invitational in the grand opening. It's 6 lanes around with an 8-lane straightaway, and Coach Cliff Rivelto tells us they loved Ahern, but the new facility is great for both hosting meets and training daily.
Definitely cool stuff.
Yeah, it's really pretty in there, and those banners look really nice.
Definitely.
Well, we have more after the break and more than one guest. Glenn sits down with Luke Grimm, Quentin Skinner, and Lawrence Arnold to talk about how KU football is getting even better.
Searching for a career in advanced manufacturing or industrial automation? Manhattan Area Technical College's new Industrial Engineering Technology applies science and engineering through theory and hands-on application of skills. Learn more at manhattantech.edu.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
I got rear-ended at a stoplight and needed surgery, and the insurance company tried to give me this tiny little check.
This tiny little check won't even cover my car repairs.
After a car wreck, don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. Call me.
I said no way to this tiny little check. I called Mike and his team, and they got me $350,000.
Don't take a tiny check. Call Mike.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Call 785-444-4444.
Your special date is covered with the KSNT Valentine's Day Sweepstakes. Enter at ksnt.com for your chance to win 4 tickets and dinner for the Topeka Symphony Orchestra's concert on February 17th. Sponsored by Hazel Hill Chocolate and Topeka Symphony Orchestra.
You voted and the results are in.
The best moments.
Chosen by you. It's Live's Viewer's Choice Show. Your favorite moments of 23.
Monday at 11 on 27 KSNT.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Breakthrough to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
KU's big 3 of wide receivers is all returning for year 5 in Lawrence, a group that racked up nearly 400 receiving yards in this year's bowl game alone.
Yeah, and 6 touchdowns, by the way. I sat down with Lawrence Arnold, Luke Grimm, and Quentin Skinner this week to ask about their loyalty and unselfishness in the midst of a program turnaround. Joined now by KU's elite wide receiver trio. You guys all came here in 2020 together, had 5 years now together, going on 5 years together. What's that journey been like? How have you grown with each other and as football players?
I'd say just staying with each other almost every day. You know what I'm saying? Outside the facility, inside, building the connection. Within the game we love too. You know what I'm saying? And just bringing it out through each other. I looked up through LJ and Luke when we were younger and still until now. Just looking up to each other and finding things, we were similar in the game, outside the game.
You had the Moss, right, in the bowl game. Who has had the best catch in practice, though? Maybe some that we haven't seen. Is it still you?
I ain't gonna lie. I'd say Luke. Probably has some of the best catches because it's just sometimes It's hard to even explain. It's just sometimes you just like, man,
it just happens.
Is he gonna catch it?
It just happens.
Yeah, just like casually.
It'll be like once a week.
And it's regular.
One of us three will just pull something out where it's like you're watching it and you're like, oh, it's overthrown, and then or like, oh, that might be a little too high, and then it's just like up over somebody one-handed. Yeah. And it's just like we do it so often in practice where. No, we don't make a big deal out of it, but like everybody else.
Yeah, they'd be going nuts. Yeah. I want to hear from each of y'all on like what area of your game do you take the most pride in? Because I mean, dude, we talk about being a receiver. I don't think a lot of people realize how much, like, we're talking about route running, we're talking about your catching, but you're talking about getting on the same page with the quarterback.
Red zone, throwing the fade. I feel like with the You Got Mouse thing, they were just like showing like I can do that. No, but I've been doing that my whole life. That's something I've been doing since I was in high school. I was known for it. When I get the chance to do it, I'm a be out there and embarrass you if you got to come to it.
Just being passionate, that's another big one too. Being in that huddle with these dudes and all, 8 other dudes in that huddle, just building something right before a play is called.
I would probably say route running is my favorite. I'd love to figure out how to embarrass somebody running a route.
You guys had 2 wins in your first 2 seasons, and you guys all stayed through that, and through a coaching change. Why have you all 3 been so loyal to KU?
We kind of just stuck together throughout all the hard times and stuff through COVID where it was nothing to do, and us 3 would just go catch balls with the quarterbacks at Stouffer Field or try to come up here if they would let us. With the coaching change and everything, it was more so as long as us 3 are all on the same page, like, we're going to be good.
Losing the game that we lost COVID season, we played the most freshmen, I think, in like Big 12 history or something like that. So just us playing that early, we was losing, but we was building chemistry. We went out of our way to text each other like, hey, let's go do some extra work in. And that built their relationship to where it was more than football. Like, it was a real brotherhood. We won 2 games that next season, and it was like, we seen what we can do that year, even though maybe the record ain't sure we seen it. And we were like, we just buy in and stay locked in. Stay down with the process, we know what we can get out of this.
The other word that comes to mind for me is unselfishness. When you have 3 wide receivers as good as y'all, you got to be unselfish on who's getting the target. You guys have a couple pretty good running backs and a quarterback who can run. I think of the UCF game, I think Jason completed like 6 or 7 passes, but y'all didn't seem mad that you didn't get the ball thrown your way, right? Has that always been the case, dating back to your whole time here?
I mean, we definitely want the ball. Like that's priority 1 for us is like, get us the ball, but like, we want to win games. Running backs got 400 rushing yards, tight ends got catches. Like, as long as we're winning games, like, we're good. We just want the ball to help the team win. Like, we know that we can make plays to help the team win. We want to be there. We want to be in those, big situations, those big moments to push our team over the edge to win games.
I know that you guys have some competition with those DBs. You guys have some good DBs.
Oh, yeah.
How much are you guys pushing them and they're pushing you? I'm assuming you get better when you have to line up against Kobe Bryant a lot.
It's both ways because, like, we go out and we push each other. Like, if I see Q run the route and he's going against Melo, he do something crazy, make a big catch, then whoever I'm going against better be ready because I'm trying to outdo his catch. Our DBs are great, so when we're going against them, we know we're gonna have to work, but we know, like, do something crazy. I'm gonna try to bring something new out of my bag. So that competition, it gets real, and they win some battles, we win some battles, so it's never a one-sided game.
They'll pick up from us too. Like, names will tell them that they got to look into other receivers of speed tactics, like hand placement too, and they'll even help us. Another reason Melo and Kobe been here since we've been here too. So ever since we were young, we always been close with them.
I'll end with this one, kind of a weird question you probably weren't expecting. Underrated maybe value in a receiver is blocking. Which one of y'all would say is the best blocker?
I'm gonna say me.
Is that right? Is that an area of your game that you? I think we talk about route running and catches, but
every game.
Yeah.
Somebody sitting down on the ground every game. My hands get on.
So if they need
although me and Q did clutch up for LJ.
When was that?
That was on LJ's 3rd touchdown of the ball.
Okay.
Ran a wide receiver screen, and that was so cool.
Yeah.
Q got the first guy. Next guy came running down. I knocked him straight into the next defensive back, and then Q basically just dolphin dived at somebody to end it.
The defense is going to be prepping for y'all, but I think you're still going to make some good catches on them. All right, sweet. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Laney, it's a bummer those 3 guys don't like each other at all.
Yeah, they're definitely. Why would they want to play together? I don't get it.
Hey, we got more K-Nation for you after the break.
Yeah, we might know about some of the top prospects, but this guy knows about them before sometimes even the coaches do. Go Power Cat recruiting insider Ryan Wallace is in studio, and that's up next.
Organization brings peace of mind. Polito Closets, Garages, and more. From decluttering closets to providing added workspace solutions throughout the home. We design, build, and install storage solutions of every kind. Visit Polito Closets today.
I wanted glasses I actually liked, so last time I paid $600. This time I went to Success Vision and got a pair that I love for $280. All in.
I was surprised by how many brands Success Vision offers. I was able to get the ultra-thin lenses for half of what I used to pay. The staff is really friendly and they're competent. They help me find glasses that really fit my face.
Eye doctor next door, same-day service, curated eyewear. It's just a good overall experience.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Jungle House has moved, and we would love to show you around our new digs. Bring a new friend to school with you that will add life to your dorm room or apartment. We have plans for all. Find us at our new location, 6 East 7th Street, Lawrence, Kansas.
Oh, there's something so real about living local. And I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I'm loving living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. KSNT is living local. It's the only kind of air I want to breathe. Northeast Kansas is where I love to be.
From the stories you should know.
They just ripped the ATM out of the wall.
Up in a Black Hawk helicopter.
To the stories you need to know.
Mattresses can turn into flying missiles.
From the stories that change the way you think.
Were you trying to rip me off? I think it's down there.
To the stories that affect the way you feel.
It's one big party.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
Weekdays at 2 on 27 KSNT.
Welcome back to K-Nation. We're talking Wildcat football now, and Lainey, not just Wildcat football, but Wildcat football recruiting, which is a very important part of
it. Is very important, a very niche area. So we had to bring in Ryan Wallace from Go Power Cat. Ryan, how's it going today?
Doing well, doing well. A little rainy, but we're here. We're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recruiting is a wild world, so we need your help, your expertise. I'm curious. I love watching these teams and kind of seeing the types of guys that they go after and kind of the trends that they recruit towards year after year. Are you seeing any trends with K-State football as they've been recruiting the past couple of seasons?
Well, one thing that, we heard from Chris Kleiman when he was hired was that, and I want to say Tim Fitzgerald was in his office doing an interview like week 1 that he was on the job, and he said, we want guys that are going to be bigger, longer, faster than I think kind of what K-State had recruited in the past under Bill Snyder. And, it took him a little bit of time, I think, to get himself entrenched around the state and get the brand out in places like Texas and Florida and all the different pipelines that his staff has. And as time has gone on, you've seen that. And particularly with this class of offensive linemen in 2024, many of whom have already signed. We've got National Signing Day coming up on Wednesday, but really K-State, the bulk of what they've already done is in the bag by now because of early signing day in December. But you look at the offensive linemen from Gus Hawkins, Caden Massey, on down the line, guys that are 6'7", 6'8", and so they're just getting a different level, I think, of athlete, particularly again when it comes to length and just overall speed.
You mentioned 2 guys, and those guys both Kansas kids coming in next year. How important is it that they recruit the state of Kansas, and how have they found success there? Chris Kleiman, I'm sure he had a few coaching connections, but he didn't have a ton of ties to Kansas when he got here, but they really have recruited the home state really well.
Sure, and I mean, that's one of the things that, he did when he was at North Dakota State, and he wanted to continue to do at Kansas State as well. And, Taylor Bratt, keeping him on staff as one of the few carryovers from Bill Snyder really helped them stay in the high school market in Kansas. He has such great connections around the state, being a local guy himself. And so then on top of Taylor, I think what they've been able to do with Coach Kleiman is just get out there and really hammer home the walk-ons as well. We like to focus even at Go Power Cat on the scholarship guys, and they get all the headlines, right? But the walk-ons, which again, I mentioned signing day coming up on Wednesday, that's where a lot of the walk-ons kind of get their spotlight a little bit. And that is where Chris Kleiman has carried over, I think, what Coach Snyder began with K-State. The walk-ons, Chris Kleiman has continued. That was where Bill Snyder just hit home run after home run, and Chris Kleiman continues to do that here. In terms of how they've done it, I just think that they've proven they've invested in it, and I think a lot of the high school kids still remember all the ones that have come before them, and there's some value in wanting to carry on that tradition at K-State.
And a lot of those walk-ons end up not being walk-ons by the time they leave K-State.
Yeah. How have you noticed NIL kind of impact recruiting for K-State?
Well, you know, it's definitely something that I think, again, we talk about walk-ons. There's value now in taking the walk-on route. And where it used to be like, I want to prove myself, right? Now there's value in being a walk-on at the FBS level or the Power 5 level because you might be able to get paid.
Yeah.
And so it hurts some of the FCS teams out there, the MIAA teams a little bit, because I think some of the guys that they used to be able to get on scholarship now are more interested in maybe taking a walk-on route because there is some financial value before you get on scholarship. So that's definitely one area that I think NIL has impacted greatly.
Talk to me about a coach's job in this age of college football. They're not just recruiting juniors and seniors in high school. They're recruiting their own players because the transfer portal is an option. And then they're recruiting players who are in the transfer portal, and they're fundraising NIL, and they're, I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know if Chris Kleiman has time to breathe.
No, and I mean, that's why we saw the coach from Boston College just leave and take an offensive coordinator role in the NFL. And I've said it for years, like when you cover college football particularly, but collegiate staffs in terms of recruiting and how much it really is a 24/7, 365 job, it is. Anytime you get that invitation from the NFL, I think anybody's going to take it.
Yeah, Ryan Wallace, go Power Cat, 24/7 Sports. Somehow he keeps track of it all. We don't. We just look for when he tweets, and you let us know. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, guys.
All right, well, you guys stick around. There is more K-Nation after the break.
Need your fireplace inspected? Make sure you and your family are safe this winter and avoid being a statistic. Certified Fireplace and Chimney now has openings as soon as this week. No need to wait months to be seen. Call or text us today to schedule your appointment.
K-State, KU, all sports.
Join us every Sunday night right after 27 News at 10.
As we bring you another exciting week of K-Nation.
Sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
It was great to be able to sit down with the folks at Fidelity and talk about options. And not only to hear choices, but to get a little bit of advice and help in making good choices ourselves with something that we were just really unfamiliar with. And that kind of help is invaluable.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Oh yeah, it's back. Triple your discount. Mix and match store-wide. Every second item is 30% off at the Furniture Mall. Oh yeah.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
Everyone dreams of having a stunning fireplace for their home, so why not make your dream a reality? Certified Fireplace and Chimney specializes in making these dreams come true. And now with in-home renderings and no interest payment plans, it's never been an easier decision. Call or text today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Some bittersweet news for you tonight because this is Lainey Gerber's last K-Nation.
I know. I mean, we started this show. It was just kind of us and our producer Landon, and everyone had this idea. And now it's here, and it's been so fun. And we've gotten to do so many extra stories, and I've gotten to know everyone so much more now that we've had this extra time to do this show. So, yeah, it's really sad, but I'm still here all week. So
you got to put up with it for one more week. Lainey, we're grateful for your contributions across the board. So grateful that our producer Landon did put a little something together with some of our favorite memories.
Oh no.
Welcome into our first episode of K-Nation. I'm Glenn Kinley.
And I'm Lainey Gerber. Welcome to K-Nation. Welcome to K-Nation. Welcome to K-Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber. Welcome back. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead. How the heck did Lance Leipold turn this team around as fast as he did? What does it mean knowing that you have all of this support already there for you? Glenifer and I are back in studio together. That's his favorite nickname. We don't need you to give us respect. We're claiming it. It's a tradition. If I don't have the snack during that vlog, I get a little sad.
We need something.
I've only seen one person moonwalk better than that.
Name him.
Michael Jackson.
The Astros, you know, oh great. Landon wrote this in the script. Now I have to say it. Oh, that's cute. I got a little teary-eyed, but it was a good one. I've had a lot worse moments, so whatever that was.
Lenny,
so.
Thanks for everything. Best of luck with what's next.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching K-Nation.
And hopefully you'll continue to join us even if Lenny's not here.
Yeah, but if views go down, I get it. Have a great night.